What if the world had never seen war? How advanced would we be today? Throughout history, wars have brought immense suffering to humanity. Millions of people lost their lives, cities were destroyed, and civilizations collapsed. On the other hand, wars also led to significant leaps in science and technology. If there had never been any wars, what kind of world would we live in today? Would we be more advanced, or would our progress have slowed down? Let's explore this question together. The contribution of wars to science and technology. Many major scientific and technological advancements have emerged during wars. Here are some key examples: World War II and scientific breakthroughs. During World War II, critical technologies such as jet engines, radar, computers, and nuclear energy were developed. Radar and computer technology, in particular, led to major revolutions in civilian life after the war. The Cold War and the space race. The rivalry between the US and the Soviet Union accelerated space exploration. The Soviet Union launched Sputnik into space in 1957, marking the beginning of the space age. Without the Cold War, would the moon landing have happened in 1969? Advancements in medicine wars have significantly advanced medical science. The widespread use of antibiotics, improvements in emergency medical techniques, and developments in prosthetics were direct results of wartime research. These examples show that wars have been a driving force behind technological and scientific progress. But does this mean war is necessary for scientific advancement? Would science have developed more slowly without wars? Some scientists and historians believe that scientific progress would have continued even without wars. Here are some arguments in favor of this idea. Preservation of human potential. Wars have resulted in the deaths of millions of people. If these individuals had lived, could some of them have become great scientists like Einstein, Newton, or Tesla? Perhaps we would have reached Mars much earlier. More efficient use of economic resources. Trillions of dollars have been spent on wars. What if these resources had been directed towards science and education instead? If the money used for military expenditures in the 20th century had been invested in cancer research, clean energy, or artificial intelligence, how much more advanced would we be today? Innovation can thrive in peaceful conditions. Scientific revolutions didn't only happen during wars. The Renaissance, the Industrial Revolution, and the late 20th century digital revolution all occurred during relatively peaceful times. If wars had never happened, could these advancements have occurred even faster? An alternative world. What would the future look like without wars? Let's imagine. If humanity had never waged war, what kind of world would we be living in today? Longer life expectancy. If millions of people had not died in wars and more resources had been allocated to healthcare, could the average human lifespan have already surpassed 100 years? Earlier, space exploration. If resources had been invested in space exploration instead of wars, could we have established a colony on Mars at the beginning of the 21st century? More advanced energy technologies. If nuclear energy had been developed for peaceful purposes rather than for war, could we have already transitioned to completely clean energy sources? This alternative world is, of course, purely speculative. However, strong evidence suggests that peace fosters innovation. Conclusion: did wars accelerate or hinder progress? The truth is that wars may have accelerated certain technological breakthroughs. However, this does not mean that war is necessary for scientific progress. If wars had never occurred, humanity might have built a more advanced civilization with far less suffering. So what do you think? Would humanity have advanced further without wars, or would scientific progress have been slower? Share your thoughts in the comments.